5 o'clock. Here you are, Tessa Marie.
Yeah, I am. I am
You
coming.
are.
You said to join.
Yeah, yeah. 5 minutes or less. Share your story day, the Friday.
Oh, what is
So I am. I'm sure you're ready
I'm always,
anytime.
yes, I'm always out. I'm always ready. I didn't expect you to say sure.
So if you have, I'm sure like self-talk, or we're talking about self-talk this week. And
Uh-huh.
then did you used to have the self-talk, like negative self-talk, and you changed to positive self-talk? And
I
like
said it. I said
you
it. Yes, I used
yeah,
to. I used to hear it, and then
okay, used to
was
hear
like,
it.
yeah, I used to hear it because excuse me. I always hear it,
Yeah.
and I heard it because somebody else has said it to me.
Oh,
So then it
okay.
stays with you because that is how negative self-talk hooked you up, right? It's
That's
never
right.
only you doing it. It's somebody telling you you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not this enough. I was told, oh, you're so tall. When I was growing up, women weren't as tall, right? So you heard that, and they would say, "How is the air up here, up there?" Like as if the air is different for you, and they say things to you. My, you have long legs. Like it was one person said to me, "You have big feet," and I'm thinking, well, if on that height, I need solid feet. Otherwise, I'll tumble over. I have a little size 4 feet, and my body is 10 feet tall. Come on.
Come on.
So 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 so
Not gonna
that's
work.
so that would stay with me. The feet stayed with me the longest, and then I said, okay. So I would go into a store to buy shoes, and I'd be okay. So now you know what I did? I
Yes,
started going to
I
one
want
of
to hear that.
I love shoes. If you see my shoe, I wouldn't believe. You can't see it when I'm on the live, but I have a shoe wardrobe you wouldn't believe. So I go to one of the most expensive shoe stores in Toronto, David's, at the corner of Bay and Blow. And I would prance in and I would walk in and I say, do you have any size of shoes to fit hoofs? Like a horse hoof. And the man looked at me and he said, hoof? I said, yeah, it's a size 10. And he said, these are not hoofs. And he said, somebody told you that. I said, yes, they told me I have big feet, so I might as well let you know. And he said, my dear, you have the most beautiful feet. Because I do my toes up. I have no bunions. My parents were really diligent
Oh,
about proper shoes. So
yeah.
it really is, so, and that, from that man taught me that when he said that to me. But I decided before I am going to say they're not hooves, they're not big. Oh, I just called them, I claimed it. I said, yes, I have big feet, size 10. And from then on, I didn't give one iota about what anybody said about negative self-talk, because you can take it
Yeah.
and and believe it. Because I came across someone and she said she had her feet were badly shaped, and she said that's because I kept squeezing my foot into shoes that were too small because I was so ashamed of my size 11. I said, well, I'm not ashamed of my 10. Because, so these are the type of things that's how it started for me. People telling me I was too
Ah,
tall, I was so skinny, do I
yeah.
eat, all kinds of things like that. And then I took it and I stopped it. I stopped it by saying, fine, I'm tall. I stopped it by saying, fine, I have big feet. So get over it, Tessa Marie, get over your feet.
So those ones your magic words,
Yes.
like turn into like,
So
wow.
turn it around and say, okay, it is what it is. You
You
cannot change.
accept it.
Yes. Instead of saying that. So, for example, so now as you know, I teach that. I mentor people on that. So
Yes.
people say to me that I'm not smart. I said, well then, what can you do to make yourself smart? You want to be smart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, then read. I said, the simplest thing you can do to make yourself smart is read.
That's so true.
And then they would still fight you and say, well, I don't like reading. I said, well, have you ever read anything and finished reading anything? No, I hate reading. It's so boring.
That's their self-talk too,
Yeah,
right? I
that is
don't like
self-talk.
reading. Yeah.
Self-talk. So I said, okay, but you want to be smart. And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, okay, so you can go to school, you can quit your job and go to school, start whoever grade you want and move your way up. In Canada, if you're 200 years old and you want to go to school, the government will find a way to send you to school
Oh,
to.
I know.
They will
That's so
educate
true.
you. They will
200 years old.
they'll educate you out of everything. So when I said that, I said, so what? So they finally they saw I wasn't going to let go. What can I do? I said, well, you know what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide to get a book just by the title and read 2 pages. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just a title that you like. So I saw this book, she said, and I really like it. And I said, what was the book about? She said, The Scarlet Pimpernel. And The Scarlet Pimpernel is a real classic. And I'm mean, the name intrigued you. Yes.
Okay.
I said, well, buy the book. So she bought. And then she read the first page and phoned me and said, it's so difficult. I said, but you chose the book. So I said, okay. So in that case, read the first page. She read it. And she said, there were words I couldn't understand. I said, read it with a dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
So I got her to do that. And she read the whole book. It took her a long, long time, but she did.
She finished it.
She finished it. And she said, and I said, each new word you learn, write it down. So it was like going to school. So she actually went to school. So each word in that Scarlet Pimpernel, she didn't understand. She wrote it down. She looked for the meaning of the word. And she had a long list, pages of words that she came across, but it was great for her. So yeah, so this is what my for your 5 minutes or less. So I can go and you can bring somebody else on if you like. So, but
Yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't had anybody yet, but I am so impressed. You change your own self-talk, not only for that, and you helped change other ladies' self-talk.
Yes, I
did. She decided to change it, but you show how.
Yeah, I gave her the how. She didn't have the how.
Yes, yes. You know what? That's so true. Lots of people, they don't know the how. That's why when you search YouTube, Google, how, shows up so many like hows too, right? So many people looking for how. But it's up to you to change your self-talk. I'm going to do it or not.
Yes, it's a choice. So you have the why you want to do it. You always know why.
Yeah.
You always have an idea of what it is you want to do.
That's so true. Yes, you gotta ask. Yeah.
We sometimes get so involved. We know we ignore why, we ignore what. And how do I do it? How? And how is really exhausting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just so many hows.
Yeah, it's just like you said, you go to the internet and how is like this big.
Yeah.
And it's really true. And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
So this is why you have to stay on the why. Why do I want to do this? I want to help somebody. I desire to help others succeed. I desire to help others not have self-talk, like you're saying.
Yes.
Not have negative self-talk. Why is that I desire to do this? What can you do? I can tell them my story. How you're going to do it is not your business.
That's so true too.
Because there's too many hows. The how for that particular journey has to come to you. The how might be Zan coming on and enjoying the how and telling us, so if you want to do this, this is how you do it. Right? But if you concentrate on the how, you will lose the connection to the why and the what, which is more important.
Yeah, yeah. I find it why and what is more stronger.
It's stronger.
Because it comes from us, within us.
Yes. And the how will come from inside of you. So that how has to come and it will find its way. The how always come tumbling down. And you have to know how, because how can come 2 ways, right?
Yeah.
It can still come under the negative thing
and
as a positive thing. So what is wrong with you? I have no money. So then there's 2 ways to get money, isn't there? You can see it and you can work for it.
Yeah.
So you're concentrating on the how, then you might rob the bank tomorrow because that's a way of getting money. That's a how, right?
That's another how too. That's
so it's how. So you have to know why you want this money. Why do I need to
Did
have
you
it?
have, yes,
What
yeah,
am I going to do with this money? I need the money to
yeah.
pay my rent. So
So
when I get the
you,
money,
you,
I'm going to
uh-huh.
pay my rent with it.
You have to keep asking. Like,
Yes. What can
and
I
it's
do?
like you have
What
to
can I
just,
do?
what
Yeah.
can I do? So you have to put self-talk to the directions, more positive ways. It's better,
Yes.
makes you
How,
feel
the
better.
how will come. The how
Yeah.
always comes. I believe all you have to know is why you want to do it,
Hmm.
what you want to do, and how will find its way to you. It always does. The how will find its way to you. You don't have to search for the how. You have to have full commitment on your purpose. Why? Full commitment on what it is you want to do. Full commitment. I want to do this because I desire to do this. Why I want to do this. I desire that. Why? What? And the how will come. How always shows up. And as I said, how comes in two categories. It
Hmm.
can be negative or
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to wait for how to come. Don't go galloping and leave the why behind, leave the what you want to do behind, and saying how. How is very, very, very dangerous to spend your time on. You have to wait for it to come. How will gallop? How has a way of galloping towards you? But you must put the work into the why. Why are you doing this? I want to empower others to be successful. I want them to live a fulfilled life. Why? That's what I want. That's why I'm doing this. What do you do about it? I'm going to talk about how I just came to live a fulfilled life. Because no, I know how to teach them. So the person that is looking for the what
Yeah.
will find the how by practicing what it is they want to do. All of a sudden, something will click and say, you know what? You want to make more money. Why don't you get this part-time job at this store or whatever? So the how will gallop. Like he says, it's figurable. It will come.
Mhm.
But it's not my job to figure it out. It will show up. It will come and it will have all the answers. And I have lived to see it happen all the time.
Yeah. So like I have a question though. Like say like, say losing weight, right? And then most people they have a self-talk. How can I lose weight? I don't like the way I look. I look fat, and like I don't look, I feel heavy and I don't feel good myself. That's their self-talk. And then they just like instead of they think why or what? Like what can I do to lose weight?
Yes,
Or say why do I want to
to
lose
lose
weight?
the weight.
They
Why?
skip those thoughts,
Those
like
two.
self-talk.
Yep.
They just jump on how.
Yes.
That's why so many people they might lose for weight a little bit, but they didn't know why or what, and then they just jump on how, right? That's why there's so many people fail.
Yes. That's why they jump off the bandwagon. That's what
Yeah, and then just
I
like go
said.
back to its own way, and then just like nothing work.
Yeah, there is
It
Zan.
was
I have
waste.
a
That's
question
self-talk.
too. So
Yeah.
what is your question, Zan? Put it in the comments. What
That's
is
I
your
know
question?
somebody's comments, right? Let me
No,
see.
Zan said he has a
Thank
comment.
you so much. Okay. When will Yuko and Tessa write the book together?
When we have to decide that. So why we want to write a book together is our why we are waiting for. We're waiting for why we want to do it. We
Yeah.
know what we
Oh,
want
oh
to
yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
So we need the why. Why do we want to do this?
Yeah.
And what are we going to write about?
Yeah.
So
That's
we
so
haven't
true.
figured out the why yet,
Yeah.
and we haven't
No.
figured out the what. But
Like
now that you whoever put that question has planted a seed, then we will look at it. We're going to
like
look at the seed you
like
planted.
this.
So
Yeah.
we're going to decide if that seed need some water, some fertilizer. If it, what does it need? Let's decide why, because we want it now.
NOW, the capital.
Yeah, you want it now. You know when you want something now, you're in trouble, right, son? You should know that.
I have to put those ones into my desire. I
Yes.
have to connect. Why do I want to do it? Like, I have to connect. like my desire. Like, you know what? The reason I do IG Live, I ask, like, why do I want to do it? I ask myself every time, and I want to help the people. They're like, they don't have a courage. They're so scared to have a first step. They're so scared to have 1% courage. I want to give a message. I want to help out the people. I want to share energy. That's why I do it every day I show up. So I have to think why, what's my desire?
Well, yes. And somebody said to me, actually, Zan asked me that question. He said,
Okay.
don't you ever take a break, Tessa Marie? Oh, he calls me Tess. He said, Tess, don't you ever take a break? And I don't think I ever answered him because
Okay.
I know he knows me really well, and I didn't feel like answering him. I said, Zan knows better than that. What break? I am retired. I'm already on a break. They're paying me to stay home and do this. Why shouldn't I do this? I'm being paid to be at home because I'm retired. So the chapter 3, Zan is just telling us, why do you want it? Chapter 3, self-talk. What do you want? Okay, you're going to have to end up taking notes. That's what you will have to write it.
I will save
You
this
can,
live too, so that's okay. I will send it to Zen.
yeah, I think so. So I do this
Yeah.
because from observation, this
Okay.
entire journey started from observation.
You did also start from observation. Okay.
Observing, and it
Yeah,
started
observe.
from
I
observation.
remember you said, I remember when we talked first at the beginning, you said, I love observe people.
Oh,
You
I
want to
do.
be the almost the last ones in the break room. Everybody just like, Zen always start first, right?
Yes,
It's
yes, I
break
do.
room. And everybody talk. And you said, I rather observe. I want to observe. And I want to be I'll be the last one to speak.
Yeah, I do. I love to hear what people are. I like seeing people's inflection in their voices, and
Yes.
I am I'm really aware of others. I have made that my business. So if I find somebody is talking, and there are other people waiting for a moment to say something in a break room, I always say, can somebody else says, I don't care. I say, there's somebody over here. So I'll say, well, Christina or this one or Liz or
Yeah.
somebody needs to say something. I do. I really do that. But my observation started to when I started doing the morning blessings was because I observed that my children's entire life was on a cell phone. And how do I communicate with these people if I don't have a cell phone? I had one, and how do you communicate with them? So I
Yeah.
decided to send them a greeting every day. They're too busy. My son is extremely busy because of what he does. My daughter Vanessa was being a doctor, have a child. Jillian
So
herself, she's
busy. Yeah.
just her life is with the government of Ontario. They're all busy. So I said, okay, I will send them a morning blessing because I
Yeah.
wanted to, so I started to realize, I observed that I cannot sit back in my home where I have absolutely nothing to do literally compared to what they're doing and expect them to be on the phone to me, Mom, how you doing? Mom, this, Mom, that. I said, no, let Mom go and do the working herself. So Mom decided to send the greeting. and
Wow.
and they started
Okay.
to respond. I love it, I like it, it's so nice. And as you know, it's history. It went from there to every,
Yeah. Turn into book and
and my family spread it themselves amongst each other, and then it's this and that. So but that came from observing and listening to what's going on. So everything I do, like when the morning blessing it's not something I go looking. Somebody said, do you get your content from YouTube and Google? And I say, no, I sit and I listen. So I observe what's going on in my body. I observe what's going on in my heart. And that's why I talk about the heart a lot. It,
yeah.
it needs to
Yeah.
be open. And that's where it starts. That is the root of who you are. When
So
that,
like I like your so positive self-talk is you listen, you observe, Like,
Yeah,
you know, instead of like, oh my gosh, what's kids doing? They're not responding, they're not asking, they're not talking.
that's
You
right.
know, they're living away from home. You know, some
Hmm.
parents, they have a different self-talk, right? They
Yes.
don't want to talk to me anymore. Like, they
No,
do want to talk, but they're too busy to talk on the phone for 20 minutes, half an hour, or they don't write the letter. They're not growing up that way,
no.
right?
And it's
So
up
for
to
you
you.
is you change your self-talk, but maybe they came natural to you.
Well, I changed. No, that was natural. Because of
Yeah,
observation.
yeah,
And I didn't care whether they responded.
yeah.
I didn't care. The whole idea was
You
just
didn't
to
care.
say,
Yeah,
no, I didn't care that where you're going to respond.
yeah,
I just wanted you to know I am
yep.
fine. And I wish all of these wonderful things and gifts and talents to you.
I love that. Yeah.
And whether they responded or not didn't
Hmm.
mean anything to me. I knew they got them. And I do something. My son informed me the other day. He's the one that comes
Yep.
and because he lives in America.
Hmm.
And he comes, and when he's leaving, I sneak, I write a note, a letter.
Hmm.
Every time Michael comes, I write a
Yep.
letter. I seal it in an envelope and I drop it in one of his many, in his briefcase or his luggage.
Yes.
And then when he gets home, he finds it.
Oh,
He was
sweet.
so he started. He was at the beginning. He read them.
Yeah.
One day he said to me, I don't read those things anymore." I said, "Why?" He said, "Each time I read them, I cry."
Really?
So he says,
Oh.
"I take them and I just have them packed, stacked on my dresser, all of them, and I just go. You go right there." He said to me,
Wow.
he looks
So
at
you saw Michael just put just the note
he doesn't
on
open
it
them
just
anymore. He says they make him cry.
wow. I
And
love this story.
the first time we wrote it was when he was first sent to America to work. I'm
Yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah.
So we went to set him up in his apartment. And when I was leaving, I wrote him a note and I left it. And he was crying when he read it because
Oh, so
one of the
sweet.
things one of the things I said to him in the note is, who is going to say, when I ask somebody to do something
Yeah.
and they say no and do it anyway, and then I said, who is going to replace that? Because I said, Michael, could you go on the roof and clean this thing? No, I don't
Hmm.
want to do this. But then I look and he's up on the roof. So I always used to say, Michael, so who is going to say no, but do what I ask anyway? And that was the first note I wrote to him. And I always told him that. And he started crying. And from then on, those notes come and he cries. So he doesn't read them anymore. He's told me that. He said, I found it. So I would wait like he's in the shower before he goes away. I go into his room and I put it in there. Or he's outside. So he never knows. But he knows he expects it. But
Oh yes. Oh yes.
he doesn't see me doing it. I sneak
Yes.
it in.
Yes.
And no, he says they're stacked on his dresser. And he says, I look at them and I said, I come home, I get the new one, I put it. And he said, you just stay right there. That's what he says to them. You just stay right there. He's not touching it. He's not opening it. So maybe when I die, he'll open it. But that is his new rule now. So you have to do those things. You know,
Yeah.
you have to start by observing self. To You can only observe that you're talking negatively about yourself by
Yep.
observing and realizing
That's
that.
how it start. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Why do I?
that's our nature. We
Yeah.
think negatively. If you're not trying anything, if you're not trying to look positive, we tend to hold negative things,
Yes.
negative talk,
But,
right? Yeah.
people do that. Somebody said to
It's
me,
easier. The easier the conversation goes, oh, how are
yeah,
you doing today? Like, oh, my body hurts and this, like, oh
everything
yes,
hurts.
I know how you feel, and that's just
And
everything.
that you're not getting that from me. You're just not
Not
getting.
with Tessa.
No, you're not going to get any confirmation about your hurting body. I don't have.
Yeah. It's
I
just
just
that conversation keep on and on and
no,
on and
because
on.
I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. If something hurts, I want to find out why.
Mhm,
I want to know, and then I want to know what I can do. So where do
mhm.
you go to find out why? You go to your doctor and you say, what can I do to fix it?
Yeah,
And the doctor comes up with the what, with the how.
yeah,
So I am not a doctor. And I say that to my friends, do not tell me about where it hurts. I cannot fix it.
Yeah.
Go to your doctor and tell the doctor where it hurt. And sometimes
That's very
people
true.
actually say, well, by the time I get to the doctor, the pain has gone. I say, well, write it down, but it comes back again. So write it down.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm sure it really helped for the doctors.
Yes.
How you live, what you eat, what your
Mhm.
habit, and doctor can find out,
Yes.
right? It
My,
really
doc-
helps because
my
most of the
doctor,
time, yeah,
he sees me
that's
coming. I have a book. I have my notes. And he looks at me and he
yeah.
goes, no.
No, that really helped. Okay, so my clients before I asked so many questions. How are you going to wash hair? How are you going to put your hair up? And you have a bangs, you blow dry. What kind of shampoo you use? Otherwise, it's hard to fix their hair. The same things too, right? And the same things, like some people, the long habit, because maybe every morning you have a coffee and donuts every morning. If you do it for 30 years straight, no wonder your joint hurts. No
Yes.
wonder some kind of problem, and
Yeah.
you don't do exercise,
Mm-hmm.
right? And but some people are like, oh, I don't know why, doctor cannot find why. It's like I have this problem. I just like you have to observe yourself. You
Where
have to
is your
observe your life.
observation?
Yeah,
Where is your observation?
yeah,
You
and you
have to
have to
say,
change.
yeah,
Yeah,
what did I do? What did I
yeah,
eat? If you have discomfort, what did you eat? When did you eat? How fast did you eat? People
yeah,
think when they're eating and they're chewing, you're taking
yep.
in air and they're talking, and I'm going to do this and do that. Zan still wants that book on self-care.
He's a agent. He's agent
He's a
Zen.
Asian Johns, and that is one time you're going to be getting a testimonial because when those comments, I'm giving you a testimonial. You want somebody to up to write a book about whatever is
Oh
just
my
called
god.
Zanderman. Zanderman will give you that. And
I know. Oh
I'm
my
going to
gosh.
put that comment on your page. Zanderman wants a book. Somebody help him. Get him that book from Yuko and Tessa. So,
Oh my gosh.
so
It's amazing.
self-talk. We have our self-care. You're making us.
I know. My eyes are watering though. Oh
Yeah,
my
of course, because
god.
Zan is like a comedian. You
I
miss,
know.
and
What?
he says, Michael says, Mom, write the book with Yoko now.
Michael says.
This is what
Oh my gosh.
said.
I didn't know you have a connection with Michael.
Neither did I. He
Oh,
said, me and
me and Michael. Oh, I know.
will be
We
proud.
want.
We'll be proud. He and Michael will be proud.
Yes.
You know,
Oh
so
my gosh, Zen. You're sweet,
everything
Zen.
Yuko and I do, we have a lot of fun.
Oh, you know.
Even when we have to figure it out.
Yep. Because you know what? I have a self-talk. Okay. I have a self-talk. When I'm with you, I have a self-talk. I set the intention, more likely. I will have a fun with Tessa no matter what.
Me
Any
too.
situation, I turn into fun. That's my self-talk when I'm with you.
I do too. I enjoy. I enjoy, like when we started the self-care show.
Yeah.
I told Evan, and Zan was there. It was
Uh-huh.
Zan was on this thing, and I said I
Yeah.
want to do on self-care. And Evan said to me, well, yeah, that's a great idea. Find somebody
Yep.
that you can work with and be nice, and you know that you guys can come together because that's really tricky.
Yeah.
And then I think I said to him, Yuko, and I don't remember what answer Evan gave me when I said, I'm going to ask Yuko.
Just,
And I don't think I heard it. He must have said something because Evan never leaves you hanging. He always has something to say. So I said, I don't know. I can't remember. From then on, I drew a blank. The commitment was made because I said it outly. You know what I mean? Once, and I know me. Once I say it, I have to do it.
mm-hmm.
So once I said to him, I'm going to start the self-care show. One,
Yeah.
I made a commitment. Two, I'm going to ask Yuko.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Yuko. So once came to step two, what Evan told me, he spoke about making sure that the person you choose, and that's because before I said Yuko, he said the person you choose you have to get along, you have to be working together. And he gave me a lot of help.
Yes. Yeah.
But when he did that, after I said Yuko, I do not know what the man said. I really do not know what he said after that. I have no.
Okay.
So because the commitment was made, so I went. I asked,
Oh,
and the
okay.
rest is history. The rest is really history.
Ah,
Oh
the
my
other
God.
day we're counting how many videos were done self-care. Oh my gosh.
I don't have any idea how many we've done. I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
I got a note the other day, yesterday, the day before, and it said to me, "Oh, you have uploaded 300 videos." And I'm going, "Where? Who? I don't know. I don't know."
Yeah, lots of videos.
Yes, congratulations. You should share that. You have uploaded 300 videos. But I am not the kind of person that like to boast, to go and say, I did 300 videos. I don't care. I want to do them. That's why I'm doing them. I'm not doing them to get a number.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing them because I love it and I believe
Yeah.
I have something that I have lived a life that I can share with somebody. Oh, I've made a mistake that I said, this is how we can do this.
That's right.
And that is what the chemistry and connection you two have is real. I hope so.
Thank you.
You have no idea. The energy must now be preserved in a book. He's still onto that book. That man.
And really want us to publish book, and he's gonna be the agent.
But he better okay, your job is to get us a book deal. Go get us a book deal.
Oh my God.
Bring us the first $5 million check.
US though, not the Canadian, US check.
I know, I'll take it in Canadian. I want it in Canadian. I love my country.
You want it in Canadian? I want it in US.
Yeah, I want it in Canadian. That means we have one Canadian and one US. The US has to be a $10 million check. The Canadian will be for $5 million.
Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Thank you so much. Time flies when I know. Always, just time flies when oh my gosh, when I talk with you, Tessa. And then thank you for Zan to join us.
Zan, thank you for the love. We really feel it. And you see, yesterday I showed up on your stuff. I was one of the people that come whenever you're hosting.
Yeah.
So make sure you give props to that, because I am there for you. So there you go. And I'm glad you came on my show this morning. Zan, I forgot to say, if you're still on, I changed the concept on the Tessa Marie show. Yoko is doing hello everything. But I am trying to move the needle and raise my energy and raise the bar. So I do not do the greeting when people come in anymore. I do it at the end of the show, and I welcome at the beginning, and I thankful and gratitude and all the little chat at the end. So I hope you notice that, and don't feel bad. Drop in again. Tonight is going to be fabulous. Tonight is
a Friday night.
Friday night. So
yes.
You're always there for love. Yes, we do. Suzanne, have a wonderful day. It's early. How come you're up already?
I know.
You know,
I know. My friend from Japan said, "Nice, long time no see, Tessa. You have a fan in Japan too, right? You have fans.
Hi, long time no see. That is because Yuko doesn't ask me to come on her live anymore. That's why.
I will ask you.
But this time she didn't expect me to come for 5 minutes or less, and I'm there. How many minutes? I don't.
I know more.
Yuko and I never have 5 minutes of anything.
Always.
Then he's going back to sleep. Come on, Zan. The early bird catches the worm. Stay up so you can get a new one to eat.
It's turning to self-care now.
He's going there. I'm going to. I need my beauty sleep. Poor baby.
Zan has to look fabulous, so he has to go back to sleep.
Take care, Zan. So anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. This is not the self-care show, but thank you for sharing your stories. That was beautiful. Thank you.
I'm so happy that I dropped in. I feel
yes. Oh, anytime, Tessa.
Talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.